not this week?
That is not this week.
Oh no, that's on the Disney podcast.
Hello,
Is that wrong?
Hello and welcome to the basement.
Was that on there?
Yeah, that's on there.
Yeah!
We
We have reached a new low, people.
This is episode number 54.
Hey, Teddy Brewski.
I'm thinking of stop numbering these because 53 is not up yet. I'm having problems with YouTube.
This is episode number poop.
But I'm JD. To my left we have Joel.
Hello, guys. I'm back. I don't know if I was here for the
You were
last
the last one.
I
We
was.
haven't done it in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Last week we were supposed to do it on the weekend with Dan, but Jess ended up taking the day off, so he couldn't do it. The week before that, I already wasn't going to have Dan on it.
And then I had to work late.
You worked a double.
That was a long freaking day.
So, that didn't happen. So yeah, you're on the last one. And to my left, right. To my right. You already did left. To my right, we have Carl.
Well, if
To
this
my
is the
left.
left, then I'm Joel.
Fuck, I'm ugly.
And this is
And blind.
Ah!
I'm gonna have a headache. I can focus through these, but it fucking hurts.
Holy Christ.
And
No,
I
this
have
is
to fucking try.
no, this is not episode 54. This is the talk about video games for a few minutes, then convert Josh to an anime fan episode.
I doubt that's gonna
No,
happen.
it hasn't happened in 10 years.
Yeah, but did you watch? Fucking, I can't tell how far away your hand is. I'm like, is it here?
And you know what the best part about that is? I'm farsighted. Or no, I'm nearsighted. It just made him farsighted. I can see up close, but I can't see far away. This just fucked over you completely.
I can see again. I'm okay.
Whose glasses did I put on the other day? I took them off. I'm like, holy shit, how fucking blind are you? Yeah, no, it's not yours. Dude, these are filthy. There's a fingerprint right in the middle of your lens.
I never touched the lens. I'm not an asshole. I have an asshole. If you'd like to see it, stay tuned for the late show.
It was either Trisha or Anita. One of their glasses.
Probably Anita. Hers are worse.
But we've got like 6 different games to talk about. I've only got one. The rest is these 2.
Well, technically, we share.
Well, yeah, technically we share the first 2,
We share the first
but
two.
I put a lot more in. I played.
And that's just a mention.
I played that today. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, well, on the note of Anita, if you or any other Doctor Who fans are listening, the Stone Angels are coming.
It's called Weeping Angels.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Just so you people know these things, Carl's an idiot. I forgive you for him.
I do not give a shit about Doctor Who.
Doctor Who's an amazing show.
This is a geek.
Nice pen.
This is
nice pen drop.
Thank you. This is a geek podcast. That was just a throw at me. This is a geek podcast. So I feel as though Doctor Who could stay.
Oh, absolutely.
true.
It is.
I'm not a Doctor Who fan, but you and
This
him.
I'm
can
It's
turn-
called the Whovian, people. It's called the Whovian.
This can turn into like the top, like almost a Top Gear style of podcast. I will shit on all the Doctor Who stuff like they shit on American cars.
Good point.
All right, Captain Slow, and not because you drive slow.
But see, I won't help you and shit on Doctor Who like James May does.
That's true.
And if anybody here is Hammond, it's me.
Hammond, I forget which one.
Hammond's
Does that
the
make me
short
James May?
No, you drive too fast.
Yeah, but I know the engineering, the math stuff,
Who's the squirrely one?
and I could not be
Is that
Jeremy.
squir- The skinny ass motherfucker.
That's Hammond.
Alright.
The little one or the
Yeah.
tall one?
Really short guy.
That's him.
That's
Kind
Hammond.
of skinny-ish.
Yeah, that's Hammond.
Kind of has this like crazed look on his face most of the
Yeah,
time.
that's Hammond. Like I said, if anybody here
Which
is Hammond,
one's the Ford lover? I forget.
Well, let's think about
Or
this.
American car lover.
That's Hammond.
Hammond.
Alright.
Hammond's also a NASCAR fan versus F1 and the other 2.
That's true.
I like F1 more.
I like the guy with the long hair. He's funny.
That's James May.
Actually, technically, if you want to be technical, I'm not so much as for F1 as I am the
Rutledge
road
beats
course
all.
cars, because that's some fucking crazy good talent.
Oh yeah.
I
Like-
will,
I won't take away from that at all.
That's cool to watch.
I will say that right now to
I mean,
all
NASCAR's
listening.
better
Rutledge
accidents, but-
is the best.
I'm a huge NASCAR fan, but I will give credit to the people that do those freaking rally road cross
Oh God, yeah.
I'd have to be James.
through the hills of fucking
Motorcycles.
Europe.
Hills of Italy. Jiggity jig.
I could not be Jeremy just for that fact. I'm just saying.
Jamie's like, it's got two wheels, scooter. You're not even using the kickstand.
Yeah, but I would not be buying a Honda.
You'd end up with the old school Russian.
Yep, the war bike. Fuck yes, I would. I'd buy that now, me personally. All right.
But you would be the one with the walk.
All right. Before anybody's listening
what?
to this and thinking, why the hell are these idiots talking about cars? It's supposed to be a geek podcast. We're car geeks as well.
Top Gear is, as far as car shows go, a
That's-
geeky one.
Yes.
Like we're
It's
we're car
British.
geeks.
Remember the helmet that
American.
they had because Jeremy and James's heads are too big. They had to get custom made helmets.
Oh my
and
God.
his had the walk.
I totally would have that. I wouldn't wear a helmet. Fuck that.
I'm the only one that had a normal sized head.
Yeah.
I've seen
We'd
this
give you a
on
pink
regular
one.
like little kids' bicycle helmets at like Target. The fucking rubber mohawks. I'd want that.
Jeremy, I don't know if you ever saw the Vietnam special,
That's my favorite.
I think I did see that.
but they had to wait an extra night because Jeremy and James had to get custom made helmets, and Hammond found one that was camo print. And he was wearing that. One night, their trick on Hammond was they smashed it and
They had
flattened
it run over by this huge 1822 wheel or something like that.
Oh.
They had it run over completely flat, and they go,
Here you go.
Hammond,
we got
Hammond, there was an accident last night, and your helmet got flattened. He's like, what? He goes, but don't worry, we were.
Yeah, but that was funny.
Right,
They crossed.
There you go. They go, but we got you a replacement helmet, and it's a quarter face, wasn't it?
No,
I think
it was
it's a regular helmet?
It was just a regular half helmet.
And it was
I think it was a bicycle helmet
Pink.
though. Glossy pink. I think it might have been a little bit sparkly if I remember correctly.
That's funny.
I still.
I
And
do-
then the paint.
They spray painted his bike. Then
I
that
would
one lady
so
went
use
crazy
the one
with
with the
it.
walk. I would so wear that.
Then it broke off at one point.
Yeah, but I'd have Oliver, Josh. No two ways about it.
I still like all of Jeremy's mirrors. Then they're in front of the his headlight, and he goes,
I cannot see.
"They're reflecting back into my headlight is reflecting back into my face."
That's what she said.
The question is, out of the three of us, he gets to do a test drives then.
Yes.
Not all of them.
Well, out of the three of us, you're the one that knows the track the least. He does all the regular car test drives. Hammond does the stupid
I
shit.
call it Stig. Fuck you guys.
Hammond does the stupid shit. Like racing the utility vehicles,
I do the practical tests.
but never on the track.
That's fine.
You do
I
them out in
drive
the
on the
streets.
real streets.
I am okay with this.
Yeah, but Hammond does them occasionally, and
they
James
did-
has done one.
They've even said the.
He's done it
That's good.
once.
They said in the show when it was the BLM episode. Hammond and Jeremy like, we have an up on this one. He goes, how?
Hey.
James has never been out on the track.
I put a turf burner in my car. You kidding me? In a fucking wooden chair. You remember that? When they like modified all the cars so it would be like,
Oh yeah.
he may have made
He
his look like a
cemented
fucking
in
living
all
room.
his electrical work.
Yeah. He like had a freaking turf burner at the back of the car in a wooden chair.
He has chandelier, if I remember
Oh.
correctly.
I think so, yeah.
What episode was it? They had to test the braking of the vehicle,
Oh my god.
and in front of each person was somebody else's prized possession.
Their own.
It was their own.
Yeah. Hammond had his motorcycle, Jeremy had his drum kit, and then James had his piano.
Oh.
Who failed the? I can't remember.
Well, what happened was, the piano failed. And then
He drove through Jeremy's drum set.
Hammond drove through Jeremy's drum set. He just like knocked it over. He didn't like cream it, but he just like, oh no, I'm sorry.
I love the BLM episode. It all parked together, eventually getting out. Boom! Just wouldn't even care. Just whip the door open and hit the person next to them's car.
I totally do that to you guys. And James never does that.
Dan did that to me one day. Well, you remember how when we parked next to them one, we kept tossing coins to the windows?
Yep.
He goes, do it again. This is back when he had the green truck. He whips open his door, and before he has a chance to close it, he whips open my passenger door, and they, in the middle. He's still closed, he whips mine open, he jumps in the truck and starts just hitting me.
When was this?
Beginning of junior year. He's like, I'm sorry. He goes, there's no dent. But I marked this long with green paint, though. Until I got in my accident, there were still traces of green paint. Now I have a new door on that side. But anyway,
moving on.
Let's talk about games.
Right.
Need for Speed.
No, we go in order.
Need for Speed.
How much you got about Need for Speed?
Not much.
You can go with Need for Speed.
No, I'm kidding. Go.
Actually,
no.
while we're on the
These are
subject
gonna
of
take a
Dan
while.
Snow, while we're on the subject of Dan Snow, because that's who Dan we're talking about, Dan Snow recently informed me that he re-upped his World of Warcraft, so we'll be playing World of Warcraft. We'll have more WoW stories for you guys. That's about all I have for it. More to be revealed.
Pardon me.
Need for Speed.
Alright.
You have it, it sucks, move on.
It's been out a while, but if anybody played the new version of Need for Speed Most Wanted, or some people just call it Most Wanted 2012, whatever the hell you want to call it, came out last holiday season. So far, it's awesome. Most Need for Speeds are racing games in general that were kind of the street racing stuff. You went around to dealers, you bought your cars, and all that stuff.
And
I know
won 'em.
I was playing Forza Horizons with Josh, and they had the barn finds. In the new Most
Which
Wanted.
is only 9 cars collectively.
Yeah. In the new Most Wanted, the only way to get a car is to find it in the city. It is awesome.
So you steal it.
Oh yeah, you jack cars. It's so awesome.
See, with the barn find, it's a piece of crap that's been left in a barn to rot.
Yeah.
And then you take it back in the mechanic.
You start off, I can't remember if it was a Vanquish or a Vantage.
I wish it cost a little bit.
I think it's a
No.
Vantage, that after the opening cutscenes you're driving around. First car when it's teaching you how to lift cars is a Porsche 911 Turbo.
Now, is there like a cut screen or something, or maybe like you're just trying jerry rig it to start, or
No, it's... You'd
you
have
just
to...
kind of get in it and drive?
I'm not really sure how to describe it. You'd have to play the game to really see it.
Is it a cut screen or is it interactive?
Cut screen.
Okay.
And then it
That's what he was.
it
that's what he
shifts
was looking for,
directly over to you playing. And then
Okay.
it goes
What I
up
want to know
the-
is like, does it go into a thing where you gotta like try and?
Yeah. ABBX or
No. It doesn't do that. And it's not like Carbon or where you have to like outrun Cross at the beginning. But
Because I think that would be kind of cool.
first car, like I said,
Me too.
911 Turbo's car has you lift. I went back and I found the freaking Aston Martin again. Third car I actually went looking, or technically second car I went looking for and I found was a Lamborghini Countach. So far, it's one of the best cars I've found.
See, I don't like that about the game that you have to find a car. I like to be able to earn cash and then buy it.
Yes.
But I've already found multiple vehicles. Like, I found the Raptor, I found a Focus. That
Yeah, but that's
Marussia,
chance. Like, oh, look at this. I found a car that I don't want.
Marussia, I don't know what it is, but it's the B2. That one was okay. I found a Camaro. It was pretty
I'm not
decent.
a fan of the Camaro, to be honest.
There's
I'm
a
a Chevy
Jag,
guy. I'm not a fan of the Camaro.
there's a Jag and a Rolls I found. I found a Corvette, though it was kind of a piece of junk.
What year?
I can't remember the year on it.
Okay.
This is the 06.
Okay.
Nah.
Waste of cash.
So I have to say, there is a small, like, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of a junkyard. It's got like a bunch of broken down military cargo planes.
Boneyard.
There's one section where one of the wings is it's like slanted off to the side. You have to hit the jump perfectly. Otherwise you go off into the freaking canyon. But it's so awesome because the mission for it there, right now I've been working on it. I still have yet to beat it. You have, I think, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get away from the cops. To unlock their ability and things like that for the Lambo. So far, all I have unlocked for the Lambo is the dirt tires and the NOS. Or first level of nitrous, anyway. But so far, the way each car has its own races and competitions you have to beat. And it's all pretty nice across the board.
I hate you, game. Just gonna look something up. This is an update.
I've been like searching section of the city by section of the city. So far, I've yet to see the Aventador hidden anywhere. I've looked it up on YouTube a few times to try and see if somebody will throw up the map so that I can figure out where the hell it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm starting to think you may have to beat a few bosses and it'll slowly add in cars you can find.
Probably that's how it works.
But, like I said, so far, some really nice cars in the game. I think it's one of them I found was the, like, Catamin or Caramin, something like that, but it's a little mini thing. I figured Josh might like it because it's kind of got an oldish look. No, I take that back. Joel. It's a funky looking little thing.
What is it?
I'm not 100% sure what the name on it is. I'll text it to you later.
Okay.
Is it a Porsche?
No, I believe it's an American car. I'd have to look it up.
I have expensive tastes in cars, or zero cost in cars.
But on the front, it's
no
open
mid-range.
wheel.
Like a Prowler?
Kinda, yeah.
I like the Prowler.
The Prowler's a pretty car. There's
More
one
like
right
a
next to my
30s
work.
race car.
Every day it's there. I'm just like,
Is
I'm
that
gonna
where they
steal
are?
it.
I see it in Wakefield all the time.
Well, they work at Fahey Tire.
They're I've seen an orange one in
Purple.
I've seen an orange and a purple in Wakefield. The orange one may have been just driving through, but I've seen the purple more often than
I see it every day. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking steal that
that's
car.
awesome. I love the Prowler. That was only made for like a couple of years.
Yeah, I know. And it is an awesome car. So impractical.
I think it
New
only had a
England.
year run because Plymouth shut down not long after that thing came out.
I forgot that's a Plymouth.
I
It's such an impractical car for New England, but it's awesome.
It's a great summer drive.
Oh yeah.
Bring out the springtime, summertime. Put it away once the cold weather starts getting here. Garage it,
Kind of like what my bike is for, except for that's not what I do.
basically.
I would totally have a convertible. Put the heat on full blast. It's not doing much, but it's better than the bike.
Back to the note of the Need for Speed. You had mentioned this earlier today, the blacklist. It is back. It's kind of weird how they label it right now. Number 10 seat on the blacklist, you need to raise 60,000 race points to be able to race them. I'm actually labeled as 10th on the blacklist, but I've yet to beat the 10th person. But I have a higher point setting than him.
Now, is it 15 races again? 15 races?
It's the blacklist is 11, including you.
11? Because remember, it was 15, not
Yep.
including
Yeah,
you.
it was 15.
Alright, moving along.
Yeah.
I say me and Joel will just jump into R2 right now.
Well, I was gonna do League because that's real quick.
Want to do League real quick? Okay.
Alright, so League of Legends, we talked about it before, so I'm just gonna say I've been experimenting on builds on a few characters. What I'm gonna try to do is just mention a couple idea builds. Alright, so I've been playing a lot of Teemo and Kog'Maw, which have very similar attacks. They're ADCs, or ADS, which is attack damage, carry, or support. All you have to do is increase the attack speed and attack damage, and you'll be set. That's pretty much it. And then Ziggs is about ability power, as is Vigor. So yeah, that's all you have to worry about. Alright, that's done.
Okay.
Like I said, real quick. I like to check it off. I'm sorry if you wanted to.
That's no, I don't even check them off. That's just instead of bulleting, I just do dashes.
Well, now you have check marks.
We've actually been going through these real quick, but the next two
Are gonna be longer.
will be longer. I don't know how much Carl's got on his other one.
Well, the other one I'm gonna try and pull Joel into the discussion, but I don't know how far into it he wants to go. And
Is
I'd
that
rather
Dragon's
know-
Dogma?
Yeah.
That game is terrible.
There's your discussion.
I'm actually, I actually
I was
started
wondering where
liking
he was
it.
going with bringing you into it.
Yeah.
What?
Are we doing
Go,
this?
go, just
Okay.
keep it
With
going.
Dogma versus, like, say, Skyrim, relatively similar aspects. What about Dogma didn't you like?
Well, there's the fact that it's...
Ask what he liked is a shorter list.
Yeah. What did you like about it?
I like the name.
And the
I
demo.
like the idea of having your own personal slave, or whatever you want to call them.
Companion.
the pawns.
The pawns.
Pawns.
They
That
call
was the one.
pawns. It's closer to a slave than his companion. I'm telling you.
The Pawn Legion. You
Pawn
can make
Legion.
them look like whatever you want.
And then, yeah, that's pretty cool and whatever.
Mine looks like exactly
But-
like a character from America.
The style
I have
of
no shame.
how your character walks and attacks reminds me of games that ran on Windows 98. It's very robotic,
do you
not
have-
very human. It's very not very human-like. That just bothers
Did
the
you-
crap out of me.
Do you have the first one or do you have the second one?
What do you mean?
Of Dogma.
It isn't a second one. It's just an expansion. It's
Why
kind
the
of
hell does it have its own case at GameStop?
Yeah,
because
that's
you
weird.
can buy it with it built into the disc. It would be kind of like if you bought Fallout 3 Broken Steel. That's basically what it is.
You could go to GameStop and you can get a code that gave you Broken Steel.
And you can get a code that'll give you Dark Arisen.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's stupid.
It's
Because
just,
there's a thing that said it would come up, you could get it at this
but as
a
far
disc at
as
the
I
store
know,
or was downloadable. Like, is it a second game? Is it like, what is it?
as far as I know, Dark Arisen. I haven't checked into this, so I might
Dark
be wrong, and
Arisen
I probably
is
am wrong.
most comparable to, if you ever play any of the Dragon Age games, the Awakening. It has its own storyline and everything. It just, you need the core game to play it off of. Has nothing to do with the actual game, though. That's how that works.
By the way, I only check because it might be work related. But
Again, check the rules. That says on the list.
As allowed?
That's allowed.
Okay. I was gonna say.
one big thing is
My
way I'm
penis.
looking at it, like I said, I could be wrong about this. I've been wrong about this kind of thing before. I think Dark Arisen may be the only DLC for Dogma.
You know who would know that?
When
Dan Kelly.
When I read about it, it's the word standalone was in the description.
It was?
And to me, standalone means it's its own game.
See, I think I do know for a fact that you do need the core game for it, but it has nothing to do with the game itself.
Mm.
The same way, like you could go into GameStop and buy Awakening
Mm-hmm.
as a disc on itself. I do believe that you need something as the core, and then you can play Awakening.
But
it's the same size as a whole new game.
I was talking to my friend Sam, who actually now works at the GameStop in Redstone.
Really?
I was talking to him about it. He said that
I know Sam that works at the GameStop.
yeah, I went to school with him. But you go through. He said if you get Dark Arisen, it's basically the exact same storyline, but he said you're almost to the fighting the dragon before you ever actually unlock Dark Arisen, and you can play those missions. The game set it up to prevent the stupidity of stuff with like Skyrim. Well, you'll get people that as soon as the freaking cultists come after you, they try and go after Mirok and get wasted.
Well, actually, I took care of him, and I was only like level 13. I beat the game. I was a stealth archer.
Yeah, but there's different classes for characters, and you get into it. Like, take like for instance the Striders from Dogma. There's certain stuff they can do that other people can't. You go into Skyrim.
That game was such a disappointment. I had such high hopes for Dragon's Dogma, and
You
it
did.
just let me down so
I'm
hard.
guessing you use daggers and bows most of the time.
Yes, and I despise how they tried to use bow. You had to hold down one button to have your bow, hold another button to draw an arrow, a third button to choose what kind of shot you do. That's how it worked.
Not how it works on PlayStation. It's so much smoother with PlayStation.
How does it work on PlayStation?
PlayStation, you just hold secondary attack, then you can hit one of the things, and you can hit tri-arrow, he'll load the 3 in, but it's only a tap, and then you hit fire.
But, is that without, that's just, he auto-locks, right?
Yeah.
See, I wanted to be able to, choose where I'm looking, so like, you had to hold a third.
I think you might be able to look around, but
you had to hold down a third button to do that.
I just auto-lock and spray arrows if I use them.
I've
been using more of the fighter with the shield and sword combat in that game.
Joel, did you ever read this thing on the back of this?
Yeah. It's a whole game of its own. It looks fucking sick.
But
I love the description. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Going to like the likes of Skyrim, you use primarily bows and... Do you use long bows or the crossbow for Skyrim?
Depending on what I have on me.
Like, if you could pick from any of the regular bows in the game or the crossbow.
Then I'd definitely pick the obsidian.
Alright. I primarily go with the crossbow because it's a little faster.
Although the crossbow with all the upgrades, if you go through the werewolf line, which is what I do, the vampire hunter.
Well, werewolves aren't really connected to the Dawn Guard.
No, they're not. But you can be a werewolf with the Dawn Guard. You can't be a werewolf with the vampires.
That's because when you become a vampire lord,
it takes over.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what I meant.
I've been a werewolf with the Dawn Guard. That's the first time I beat the Dawn Guard storyline was as a werewolf. Because having that extra little jump of health helps a lot fighting Harkin at the ending of it.
I still haven't beat it yet, so don't ruin it.
Hey, at least I didn't tell you something that you wouldn't have already expected to have to do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to have to fight him now that I pissed him off. How far are you in it?
Well, I'm pretty far on one of them, but one of them, when you first walked in there, I'm like, I'm going to side with the Dawn Guard. I'm just going to take him out right now. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. I was level 30 when I tried it, though, so I held my own. But there's too damn many of them. There's like 30 vampires on my face, and then 2 big bosses, and then the bitch that I was bringing back there attacked me too.
You cannot attack the vampires with Serana until after she's chosen to fight with the Dawn Guard.
Anyway, we're not talking about Skyrim today.
Well.
I was going to give a small commercial break.
Yes, do it. All right, this is awesome. Tell them where you're reading it.
Joel for his dragon deck. It's still in the box that his protective sleeves came in.
The protective sleeves brand is
Dragon Shield.
Dragon Shield, which they are awesome protectors.
It's actually a pretty badass box. It's got a gold dragon on the box.
Because I got the gold sleeves, it comes in all different colors: black, red, green.
Whatever color protectors you got, the dragon on the front is going to be the same color. But on the back, there's an ad for a game, another card game called The Spoils. And this is the story on the back, talking about it. In a perfect world stuck in a perfect game, The Spoils was created by a team of hardcore gamers, top-level pro players, and veteran game developers who locked themselves away in a small room to create the world's best trading card game. After many years of skillful testing, they came out of their dungeon bringing The Spoils. And I read that just now as they were having that discussion about dogma, and I had to share it.
Yep. So, I think that we should go and find Spoils and see if it's any good.
I was just gonna say
because there's 3 pictures that go along with it. One is this cat human-looking thing, like just like a superhero
with a gold chain.
With a gold chain, and under his arm he's choking a bitch out, and he's just sitting there like, I'm Superman.
I saved her.
And then there's another one with 2 minions attacking, and a third one of I can't tell what it is. It looks. The bottom one. I don't know. It could be a card like in Alice in Wonderland attacking sort of thing.
It looks like a half human, half something on top of a gear.
I don't know. It looks freaking awesome. The artwork looks good. Plus, it's dragons, and I like dragons.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
So, at some point, I'm at least gonna try that.
Yeah.
So, me and Joel now have a discussion on 2 different games. First of all, I picked up Disney Infinity the other day, which I don't. Infinity the other day.
I have to buy Dash.
Joel has to buy Dash, and you want the figurines, Carol? It works a lot like Skylanders.
Gee, I wonder where
The
they
characters
got the
look
idea.
like this. See, there's no video.
It works a lot like Skylanders. You have a play base, and then you have figurines as your characters.
There's 3 spots on the base.
You have 3 spots in the base. 2 are for characters. The third is for a power-up disc or the world ones. The world crystal, I think is what it's actually called.
Sure, that looks right to me.
And
It's a really shiny thing. It looks like an ice cube, which etched into it.
actually, if you pick it up, it's got the symbol for pirates. Now it's got the symbol for the pirates.
The Incredibles and Monsters Inc.
Monsters U.
Monsters U. Yeah.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Well, no, it is
It's completely
completely
different.
different. Look at the Sully character.
Yeah, he looks like 20 years younger. It's crazy. I can't believe they actually pulled that off. Like, they made a fictional monster character look younger.
He sees it now.
That's kind of spooky.
But as you level up, it's saved onto the character, onto the figurine, little chip of some sort. And from what me and Joel are figuring, it should be cross-platform on the figurines.
Yeah.
Unless the save data.
I don't know
I
how
don't
that
even know if that's possible.
I don't know, but it looks like you could pull a character off the Wii at my house, bring it here, put it on the Xbox platform, and be like, bam, pick up where I left off.
Exactly.
Or maybe go over to my house to use PlayStation.
Exactly.
That'd be so cool. It
Now-
won't happen, but I wish you could play online cross-platform.
Yes, like you said, it won't happen that way, though.
You know what? If
Now
I
when you-
get Infinity, I'll bring it over. You set up your Wii thing. Get 3 TVs going and test this out.
Well, all you'd have to test is you could play at your house, level up the character, then bring said character to my house and set it on
And
my
then you don't
base.
have to worry about bringing the system, which is awesome.
But when you buy the game, you have to buy the starter kit, which includes the base, a world crystal, and 3 characters. Your 3 characters, regardless of what system it is Mr. Incredible, Sully, and Captain Jack Sparrow. And again, like we said, Sully is actually Sully from Monsters
University.
University. Thank you. Excuse me.
What's
Yep,
Monsters
no, just saying
Universe?
so
Is
people
that
don't get
coming out
confused.
next year?
There is something like I just watched the thing that said there's something like 20 characters are available at
GameStop.
I'm just saying at launch,
Oh, okay.
because they will be releasing more over
Such as...
such as the one that the kid at GameStop was telling me about for Halloween. GameStop is going to have an exclusive release of Jack Skellington, and it's going to be a limited run.
That's awesome.
They're taking pre-orders on it, which they're pretty much expecting you're not going to get one unless you pre-order it.
And it's going to be collector's edition, which means it's going to be cool.
Probably part metal.
No.
No, because they're going to keep them made of the same.
They also, I read up a little bit on this because Jackie's going to get it, my sister.
Yep.
Those toys were meant and play tested with 4-year-olds so they could use them as regular toys and they'll hold up to it.
Nice. And
I thought that was freaking awesome because I know my niece who's 4 would walk over and be like, oh, look at this, a car. Whoom, across the room.
And these aren't like just little cheap little looking figurines. They're actually
Like,
nicely.
durable.
They're
Does his toe hook swing?
a little bit. You got playing it. That's about it.
Yeah.
But-
No, just kind of like
You're playing with
the
his
whole
toe
thing.
hook, Josh?
No. They're nice little figurines. I mean, they could be a nice just display item if that's how the quality they are. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
It's my hood.
It's very
I feel
detailed.
my
They're nicely
hood.
detailed, and they're a good quality of plastic.
Yeah, the material.
Yeah.
They're actually heavier than you'd expect.
Exactly.
They have
But-
some heft to them.
Because of
I pre-ordered it, so I got a character for free. I chose Mater.
Of course you did. He's a redneck. Sorry, I had to say it.
I said this to get a GameStop, so you know.
I'm gonna throw this right out there right now because they are both owned by Disney, Marvel and Star Wars characters.
I'm sure you'll see the crossover.
I want Darth Maul. That would be badass.
But I was playing earlier.
I never thought of that.
You can
Can you
completely
imagine?
create. You can completely create your own world. I'm actually starting that now. Is just starting from scratch
Oh, really?
and doing a world. And Joel, there's a pre-made world that will just it teaches you how to do stuff. And I went into the build mode and went as far left as I could. And it was a distance.
Yeah, it took like a good 60 seconds or so of constantly moving, and you're moving at a quick freaking pace.
And then I did the same thing back from the center to the right and forward and back, and it was a distance. And you can go high up.
I would guess this world in relationship is roughly the same size as a lot of the home worlds for Spyro games.
And this is just a build world that you can make. I actually downloaded one today that was the world that they were showing off at the Disney Expo D23, and it's styled after Disneyland. Okay, you have Spaceship Earth in there, but it looks like one of the parks.
That's pretty sweet.
I downloaded that today. I was tooling around in that, but I also started the story mode for Monsters University, and that game is huge. This Disney Infinity is in story mode, world-wise, is going to be huge.
Yeah.
I got home at 1 o'clock today, and what time did you text me? Or call me?
5. We'll call it
I had
5.
just stopped about a half an hour before that from doing the story, and I was just tooling around in Disneyland. And I'm still getting missions to continue on, and I'm now on. You did missions in the main campus, then you went to the rival school and did missions there.
That's pretty sweet.
Then I went back, doing more stuff in the regular campus, unlocked another section of the campus, did stuff there. I went to Fraternity Row, and I'm now just doing stuff there. And I still have quests in the main campus I stopped doing to go to the ones on Fraternity Row.
Wow.
And this is just one world. There's still the Pirates and the Incredibles I haven't done. And
I'm honestly looking forward to the most about the Incredibles.
And then available at launch you also have for Disney for Monsters, you have Mike and you have Randy. Randy. He's known as Randy in this one. That's right.
Yes.
Isn't he a geek?
Yes.
From what I've seen on stuff, yes, he's a geek.
And probably got hazed up the wazoo. Explains why he became a bad guy.
There's
Is that why I'm an asshole?
There's
I'm a
actual
villain.
little chests. Remember the thing that I was found the chest and it was watch video?
Mm-hmm.
If you're that character, you can open it and you get stuff to use in Toy Box Mode.
Oh.
Who, Randy?
Oh.
Each character has one.
That's
But
pretty
then I
sweet.
found one that's a vault that you need Sully to go over to it and
activate it, and then
activate
someone
it.
else.
Then Mike has to go over and activate it, and then Randy has to go over and activate it.
That's.
And you open up and you get something.
Oh, so it really makes you wanna
You
collect every character,
and like
and there's a reward for it.
those two are available now. We'll go Incredibles.
I'll get Dash and Violet,
Dash, Violet,
Mr. Incredible,
Mrs.
and
Incredible, Elastigirl, and I don't know the villain's name.
Syndrome.
Syndrome.
I can't believe I pulled that out of my ass.
Are
I
all
remember that
available
shit.
now.
Iceman. Or no, not Iceman. What the heck's his name in that?
He's not available right now.
Cool something. Because they did a play on that.
Then I'm gonna be really pulling this one in my ass.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
You can go over to Pirates, and as of right now, Barbossa and
Captain Jack and
Captain Jack's not
is William in it?
No, it's the guy with the octopus.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones are your available ones right now.
Barbossa is my favorite in Pirates.
I
I'm
love
just saying.
Barbossa too.
I'm gonna probably buy Blech.
Bye, Barbossa.
Yeah, that. I gave him one sentence. I abandoned ship.
But there's also, you can get Woody right now. Lightning McQueen's available right now. Like I said, Mater because he was my pre-order.
Also, there is Tonto and
Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Give me a second, I'm pulling that up now.
If you did it right or something, you could get the Mickey.
If you were at Disney, if you were at the D23 Expo, they handed out 5,000 of the Sorcerer Mickey ones.
Oh, the kids is right here. Also, there is Francesco from Cars,
Yeah.
and I think that's everyone.
There, Toys R Us has an exclusive of Woody. That's gonna be the bigger pain in the butt about this game.
Exclusive. Walmart's gonna have its own.
Jack Skellington's an exclusive for GameStop. Like I said, Woody's an exclusive over at Toys R Us.
And there's gonna be a bunch of exclusive Disney store.
Disney's gonna have their own exclusives.
There's also gonna be down in Disney World and in Disneyland promotional exclusives. Guaranteed.
I was talking to somebody about this.
Whoa!
You just made that dirty. You took
Well-
something clean, family, wholesome, fun,
Well, in
and made
truth,
it dirty.
in truth,
It's the game
Buzz and
room.
Woody were her
Yeah.
mom's toys.
Here I am chewing him. Here I am chewing him out, and you have to go there.
Whoa, you chewing them out, dude? Whoa.
Once again,
Let's
this
just-
is the game room.
Let's just drop it there. Let's leave it alone.
There's a
Stop.
reason there's
Can't
an
stop
M-rated.
now. Let me finish.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but it didn't work. I didn't want to get that bitch pregnant. As long as I finish.
Okay.
Oh, also, I want to point this out. I think, don't know for sure, but by looking at this, I feel like the Cars world and Lone Ranger world are going to be bigger because that one place is for 3 games. This has its own exclusive. This has its own exclusive piece. Just a thought.
I feel you there.
You gonna feel me here? I'm sorry. My mind's in the gutter. It won't leave.
You have Lightning, Francesco, Holly, and Mater from
Holly.
Cars.
Holly.
She's from the second one. She's the purple star car.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if it's any.
They need Flynn. Or Flynn. Whatever his name is.
Also, a really fun thing to do with your buddies. If you're Mater, you can tow people and then you can launch them off the edge. It's freaking. It doesn't get old.
You're gonna have Phineas and Ferb.
Which looks
They're
freaking
already
awesome.
being
Developed.
You can go into a thing called Hall of Heroes, and you can go to these statues that show off characters.
Ones that have already released and ones they're going to. A few they're going to.
Because, and from that we know that Wreck-It Ralph is going to be in there with
And
Penelope.
Vanellope.
Excuse me. Phineas and Ferb, along with Agent P.
What about
Harry!
Doofenshmirtz?
Huh?
What about
Doofenshmirtz?
Doofenshmirtz?
Doofenshmirtz did not show Doofenshmirtz.
But
What?
they're gonna.
They gotta put in Doofenshmirtz.
Just like eventually they're gonna put out Elizabeth and Will Turner.
From this picture here on their site, you're also going to have the food critic from Ratatouille.
What? Oh, man.
Let me see.
In between
No.
Syndrome.
That's the one from Incredibles.
Yeah, that's from Incredibles. That's his boss.
Just boss. It looks just like
No, it's the one from the agency that hides the heroes.
Oh, that's right.
The boss was the little guy who was voiced by that annoying Sicilian from Princess Bride.
Inconceivable.
Yes, him.
Wallace Shawn. That's also Rex from Toy Story.
Of course it is.
I feel as I'm just coming off as annoying.
But this game has such potential. It looks awesome.
And when you think about it now, you can picture Rex going, "It's inconceivable."
Have you tried to go into build mode in Mission?
Isn't that a Disney
Yeah.
movie now
You
that I
can't.
think of it?
No.
What?
Princess Bride.
Though if
Yes,
it was, I would want
yes.
Indigo Montoya. Oh my god, that would be an awesome character.
They're not gonna put out every old movie because they won't do The Parent Trap. They won't do a bunch
That's
of
true.
movies.
They won't do either Parent Trap.
God, I hope not. There are some movies meant to left as movies.
I'm not gonna
has-
lie. Where is it? Where it shows stuff in build mode from the parks. My mind went to Figment.
Figment would be fun.
I was gonna say that like Figment could be fun
Yeah.
because he's imagination. He could do anything.
Yep.
But I feel as though like what is the crossover from the parks gonna be? I feel as though something you could have characters from Haunted Mansion work.
I want the power glider you showed me in that video.
Splash Mountain. The characters from that.
I don't think so because it ties back to Song of the South, and that's
So.
because of the fact there's a racial controversy with that movie. They kind of ignore the Brer Bear, Brer Rabbit characters
Oh, really?
outside of Splash Mountain.
Well, then the bears, the crunchy bears.
Country Bears.
That's why I grew up calling them. That's why I call them for the rest of my life. My sister messed up before I was born, so that's what it is.
The country bear.
For everybody else, that's Country Bears. I don't. Outside of the park, they're not that popular, and even the movie didn't do that well.
I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they? That just make that more known. It's only going to boost.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying as playable characters, but just as in there.
Like an
Okay.
NPC.
NPCs.
Like,
I'm talking.
I just want to smash them. I hate those bastards.
Turn them into real crunchy bears.
Yeah. Eat them.
Then I could.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Maybe they'd go with the Brer Bear and Brer Fox and Brer Rabbit.
That's what I was thinking.
As non-playable.
Yeah, just like in the world.
As playable, like
Oh,
some of the ghosts from Haunted Mansion I could see being you could do is play like the hitchhiking ghosts.
The
a
heads.
generic ghost? Yes.
The acapella busts.
Not so much because
Like an NPC thing that they
Oh.
like try and
NPC,
give
okay.
you a riddle and you have to figure it out or something. Or figure out the mission from them singing.
I'm waiting for Peter Pan, not gonna lie.
oh definitely Peter Pan's is still
Captain Hook.
too much of a popular.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Winnie the Pooh.
Not at all. I would not be
Oh
surprised at
god.
all.
Trish.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going in Dumbo, maybe. Just a Dumbo. I could see that.
I could see Dumbo being a flying mount.
Is what? We're talking about WoW?
Well, no. You know how you have the cars?
Yeah,
Nice.
I suppose.
The
I
sacrifice,
suppose.
the sacrificial pig from Monsters University. The sacred pig. That's the one. For the other school that they kidnap is a rideable character.
Oh, okay, then yes.
I can see Dumbo
that.
being in it
That.
completely in it, and that. And actually, as a matter of fact, that's what I think.
Holy crap, you have Dumbo here. Have you put it on there yet?
I didn't. It came up saying something real quick, but somebody signed in and when it went over it, I couldn't read what it said. And it didn't show up a second time.
We'll try it on mine when I
Okay.
get it. And then, because my Wii's not hooked up to the
It's a
internet,
power
so it's
coin
fine.
that you use in the
Build mode?
build mode. And whatever it came up saying, like whatever it is, I unlocked it in build mode. I can use it then. I just haven't found it.
Just
Um,
remind me after we go off the air about the rival characters thing.
I was trying to think of some other characters I wouldn't be surprised if they brought into it. Fox and the Hound I could see as NPCs.
Yeah.
As just a...
Robin Hood.
Pocahontas is another one. Robin Hood is too folklore. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought all Snow White, Seven Dwarfs. I would not be surprised if they came in as like an 8-pack.
Yeah, because that's too important to the Disney company not to.
Exactly.
I can't watch that movie anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised if Beauty and the Beast, Hunchback of
I
Notre
would-
Dame, and The Bitch.
I have Esmeralda,
That's it. I
and
like
then
when I said more.
the blonde dude.
Prince Charming?
No, from Hunchback of Notre Dame, the knight.
Oh, the douchebag.
The douchebag. He'd be the third one.
Yep.
What
But,
about Stingy Old Stick Up My Ass? The guy with the freaking weird hat?
Oh, the dude that kept Quasimodo walked up.
Oh yeah, that
It's
guy
like stingy old
sucks.
stick up my ass.
But no,
Um,
going back to Beauty and the Beast, I hope for that just for the fact of my love for that movie.
yeah, he likes Beast in a sexual way.
Whoa, bestiality.
Oh, that was clever.
Because
Holy crap, this game has such stupid amounts of potential.
Belle, Beast, Gaston.
Gaston and Chandelier, or whatever his name is,
Lumiere.
as a group person, like they work together as one character.
Oh,
Oh, you're thinking Gusan. I was thinking
you were thinking Cogsworth.
Cogsworth and Luminaire as a one character, but they're together.
On the base, and they
And they work together
Okay,
somehow. I could totally see that. If they're not like this. But they'd have to be together, because
They'll
together.
probably do one of the characters from Brave.
Absolutely, the twins together as one character. Brave,
Triplets.
the mother. The triplets, I'm sorry.
And you have to have her.
The dad. Get Billy Connolly in on this subject.
That's the great thing. It is the people who voice the characters voicing their in the game.
So there's gonna be some problems there if you go Snow White.
You will have somebody that will
Sound better.
close enough.
Who voiced it?
Knowing I don't know, but that was like 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Snow White?
Yeah.
Somebody from 1937.
Holy.
Or no. We have to go back further than that because it debuted in 1937.
Yeah, I was
Holy
gonna
shit.
say, like 60 years ago is when they recorded it, so there's no way she sounds the same.
60
Holy
years?
shark nuts
We're
back
going
in it.
70.
Yeah.
60 years will only get you back to the early 50s. My dad's 57.
Oh shit.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going stupid far back. Never
Oh,
mind.
man.
So, I couldn't tell you. And I'm a Disney geek here that knows these facts. But no, like with Sully, you got John Goodman doing
They're
it.
gonna make a Planes.
Yeah, Planes has already been announced as characters, I think. I was seeing those.
They're gonna, even if they haven't announced it.
That
I
looks
would,
pretty cool.
I wouldn't be
Already
surprised.
get a
Finding Nemo wouldn't surprise me, because that's a huge movie.
Oh.
Dory!
Now, see, I could see Gil being a character in that.
I could see Gil. I could see
Gil.
Nemo. I could see
Which one was
Marvin
Gil?
and Dory. Marlin.
Gil was the one voiced by...
The badass one in the tank.
Oh, yeah.
Is this
the
supposed
one
to?
voiced by William Dafoe.
Yeah. Fish are friends, not food. Bill.
I could see. I would be surprised if Chum was a playable character also. You know?
I could see Bruce more than Chum.
I was thinking Bruce. I'm sorry. You know what I meant.
I would say go into Marvel and get some guys like Wolverine and a few of those, but it would no longer be kid friendly.
No, it would be.
No, they could.
They could bring in the
do-
Avengers as an exclusive Avengers thing for it.
But all I can picture is them doing this, and then you had Wolverine come in and like cut the stuff
They
out of
do.
someone.
They have kid-friendly
Have you
Avengers things. and
have you seen
X-Men things.
actually what
What
they
does
would
he have,
do
Nerf
is they do
swords coming out of his hands?
superhero squad,
Exactly.
which is kiddie superheroes, which is I love that show. Me and Sarah watch all the time. She loses her mind. I keep on watching.
Is that the ones where it looks like they're like 5?
Yeah, kind of, but they're adults.
Yeah,
But they're like, you're a kid.
I've seen that. That is pretty good.
That is an awesome thing. And then you could introduce 50 superheroes.
You could have
Bam!
Don't
And
you remember when we were little?
Star Wars could be equally as.
Exponential.
Oh.
When I said this about
God.
Skylanders, this is an ingenious idea money-wise for a company.
Yo,
Could you imagine bringing in characters like the one from Force Unleashed into this? The amount of stuff you could pull off.
yeah, but they won't
not
go
gonna-
down that road.
I was gonna
They
do that.
will
They're
not,
not gonna-
go down that road at all.
They're
They
not
will,
going to draw.
they'll avoid that like the plague.
They're
Because
not
it's a
gonna-
completely different style.
They're not going to draw from a video game of that market. They will. There's a possibility they can continue that line.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised if they brought him in as an exclusive character, him alone.
Now, what scares me a lot is exclusives to the parks.
What do you mean?
Either like we were talking about park tie-ins.
Oh, like you can only
Is
buy
that
this character.
only going to be available at the Magic Kingdom?
Disneyland Hong Kong. Exclusive. Mickey Mouse.
Mulan.
Are they going to do that to us?
No, they wouldn't do that because it's Disney. Disney doesn't screw you over like that.
All else fails, eBay.
You know how much people jack shit up on exclusive for Disney?
It's a joke.
No, I'm serious about this. Do you know how much they market?
Yeah, we know.
Were
You're
you here
up
when
at
I
3
looked
a.m. on a Saturday night in your boxers looking this stuff up.
We looked up, like we're saying. I got cut off saying this. At D23, they gave away 5,000 of the Sorcerer Mickey character, which will be available in January. But they gave away 5,000 of them to people, which there was a lot more than 5,000 people there.
Yeah.
And it was usable for the game, which released the week
Day
after
one.
the expo. You could use it day one. There are people selling them on eBay for over $100, $300 was the
I saw 5.
Joel saw 5.
It's being released in January, people, for $12.
Like I can wait till January. The only thing you're getting from that is you get a letter saying you received it at the D23 Expo.
But unless you really did,
Unless you are the one that physically got that, or
it doesn't mean as much.
exactly. Or
It's
if
like,
someone,
this is a lie.
if someone like walked up to you on the expo floor and said, "Hey, I have no intentions of buying this game. Would you want it?"
Yeah.
But still, you were there at the expo.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
And
Or if, like,
You still brought
my cousin got it and brought it back here.
Yes.
If that's acceptable,
If
too.
family gave it to you, that was there. But to go online and pay $100 for something just because it was, if it was radically different,
Like in a different position, or shiny, or holographic, like, that would be almost acceptable.
I was
Kind
just
of
gonna
like a chrome look, like some of the.
it'd
Like,
be a little more acceptable.
Like, all the characters are matte. If that one was shiny.
That'd be a little more acceptable if it's, from what I can tell, it's going to be the same exact character.
Yep.
Now, I like the Sorcerer Mickey,
But not
not that much.
not $500 much.
I can wait. And I feel this is the only reason I feel that I have such a love for the Sorcerer Mickey, because my first trip to Disney World was in 96, the 25th anniversary, which he was the icon for.
Yep. And that's all because they were releasing the movie Fantasia that year.
Yeah, that was its first VHF release, I believe. Then 4 years later, they'd revamp it and call it
Mickey 2000.
Fantasia 2000.
Fantasia 2000.
There's some extra scenes.
Yeah, but
It was digitally remastered and it had extra
the
scenes.
bad guy in that is so VA though. What's his face? The black guy?
I haven't seen that movie since I was like
He's-
4.
He's a black demon guy, and he was my favorite
I do
character.
remember the scene.
what movie? What?
Yeah, Fantasia.
And when I was little, I was my favorite character in Disney. I had like 6 stuffed animals of him, 40 pins of him. Mom's like, "What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be afraid of him." I'm like, nah, I want to be him.
It all makes sense.
Well,
it
that's
does.
like when I was little. My favorite Star Wars character was Darth Vader.
Boba Fett.
I think I went out as Vader like 3 times in a row on Halloween.
I'm with Joel. Boba.
Technically.
Vader
Or
and
Han
Till
Solo.
Gallon Merrick.
Django was before Boba. I liked him first. I saw him
No,
first.
no, you're backwards again.
Boba.
Boba's the son, Jango's the
Fucking
father.
tits! I get this wrong every time.
Well, in technicality, he did come before Boba.
Yeah, but not in my life.
Not in his life is the way he's saying, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I
That's
said
the
it
way you
backwards.
worded it.
Fuck me.
I will let you
Every
go,
fucking time.
once
Every
you-
fucking time.
Once you said I liked him first, I'm like, no, you're backwards again.
I know it too. I'm retarded.
Oswald. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
What? Oh my God! Yeah, the
He
precursor.
predates Mickey.
Yep. Mortimer Mouse, who,
Was actually the original name for Mickey.
and then they actually
He
made him a
made a
different
character.
character.
Popeye.
Pete,
Wasn't he Disney?
Pete, Goofy, Donald, Minnie.
You're gonna have the Fab Five. To be technical, yes, it was a Disney film, but they felt as though it wouldn't do so well, so it was released under a different company name.
What?
Popeye movie.
Oh, that's right.
That was technically a Disney movie.
That was a flop.
Same. That's
No.
why they went into a different name.
I thought that did pretty well.
No,
No, it's a flop.
it was a flop.
It's a good movie though.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's alright. If you're
It's
a
Robin
fan,
Williams.
if you're a fan of Robin Williams, it takes on a different meaning.
I like Robin Williams. I do. But that movie wasn't. I like Popeye. I like Robin Williams. It's just like
Are they gonna do Genie?
They have to do Genie.
Aladdin.
Oh.
That's like a whole fucking badass thing right there.
They'll
Jafar,
probably
Aladdin,
Princess.
the princess.
The tiger would be one of those Dumbo things.
they'll probably make Genie and Jafar NPCs because they're too powerful to be as them.
You could be Mr. Incredible. He's invincible.
Yeah. And with Genie's powers, do everything but raise the dead.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but-
no, no. He could raise the dead. He just didn't like doing it. It's not pretty.
That's so true. Not pretty.
That's exactly what he says. I don't
that's-
like doing it. It's not pretty. It's exactly
That's
the
right.
line.
Yep.
Oh, and no more wishes.
He can't make anybody fall in love with you.
Yes. Well, he could. Just give you enough money. Any girl will fall in love with you. And
It worked with the princess.
And it worked. That's what I learned from that movie.
Shallow.
Every girl is. Every girl has a price.
Just depends on what you plan to pay it with.
That was true.
But look at it. We've been talking about 20 minutes on this, and this is where it could go.
Yep. And we're just scratching the surface.
And look, like I was saying, it's an ingenious idea in price. That cost me $7 for the game and scratch protection, which, okay, it's only $10 more than a game. The figurines on their own are going to be, if you're going to make GameStop, they're $13. Pretty much anywhere else, they're $12.99 versus GameStop's $13.99. And
Boobs.
you had to do that. So
You're
And
making
we've-
retarded amount of money.
we've just scratched the surface talking about what we know is coming,
They have to introduce this slowly.
and at $12 a pop, you're gonna go bankrupt in no time for one.
Yeah, but if they do it too quick, they're gonna be people are like,
They're
it's
gonna-
too expensive. I can't keep up with this.
They're gonna flood the market with it, and it's just gonna, like, Skyland just released them slowly.
Yeah, but they did it too slow.
Yeah, they did.
But Skylanders, you can also like pull these things apart and like make new creatures with them now.
Yeah,
That's
they
now.
had to revamp it because
they had
it
to revamp it
wasn't
because they released too slowly, and people just like,
lost interest.
I'm bored with this.
Yeah.
Whereas Disney can release it pretty slowly because it has the Disney behind it.
But you know what I could see
There's
Disney
a
doing?
faith in the Disney brand,
An earned faith.
an earned faith behind the Disney brand. That was, in my opinion, either the nail in the coffin for Spyro or trying to keep Spyro alive. The Skylanders was a Spyro game.
Yes, I know.
It was either, I'm not sure yet, was that the nail in the coffin for Spyro? Or was that trying to keep Spyro alive
That's trying to keep him alive.
and
so
incorporate him in this game until they can make a new Spyro?
Well, Spyro outlived its time to an extent.
Yeah.
Way I look at it right now, what I could honestly see Disney doing is when they announce Aladdin characters, bring back Robin Williams' little peddler character from the beginning of the first Aladdin, and have him like freaking selling off the characters, and just have that as like the commercial.
There's a
or something.
commercial for you. That's
Yep.
actually, that was... I wasn't sure where you were going with this at first, but like,
I could see
I
him
like
like
that.
trying to sell off the characters, and
Look at this! Look at this!
you know how they did that scene?
yeah, they locked him in the room, and then they had to like edit out
We tested that, how's that?
30% of the, or like 75% of the stuff
He
they
has a
said they
ding.
couldn't actually. Josh,
So
you
I
lost
literally-
his hood. You
I
broke
literally-
off his hood.
I literally just dropped the Mater character on the ground as I'm playing with it in my hands, and it landed on the figurine itself, and
It's fine. I said it had a ding, but it's Mater, so it was already there.
Hey, go get a wiffle bat. We can test this.
out of the most thing, I'd be afraid of the figurine being fine, the chip being fine, but it actually just physically breaking up the vase.
Let me
In a
see
plastic
how
case.
that's. Yeah, That's
Let me
just
see your knife.
glued.
We can test this.
That's my only fear of breaking, because even like his mirror with Mater at least, his tow hook and the mirrors are
Hand me, John. Hand me those 3.
pieces that jet off of it, and even still, there's enough flex to them that I'm not afraid of those snapping with heavy use.
I want to say something that bothers me. At least with Mr. Incredible and Sully, their arms look like they should spin, but they don't. Like, look at that. That looks like it should be able to spin, and
Yeah, I
it
noticed
doesn't. And some kid's gonna break it.
I noticed that with Sully.
Look at him though; it's so pronounced on him.
Well, look at
the way
Sully.
Sully's
The
is.
fur.
It looks like it doesn't match up, like it's already moved. Oh, it's the same with Mr. Incredible.
Exactly. Like,
But like a kid.
you want to try it. You're trying it right now. You're like, come on, buds, god damn
A
it,
kid
it's
is gonna
just
try and
stuck.
get that to move.
Even
and
his waist looked like it turned.
a determined kid is gonna.
Break it. Me,
Wait, does it move?
under 12-year-old me will break that. Over 12
Like-
will take 20 minutes longer of self. Come on, don't do it. Don't. Fuck it. God damn it.
Like right now, I know better than to just force something.
Yeah, but you still really wanna.
But wasn't the fact I don't know if you can get Mr. Incredible.
One of the coolest things also is the platforms they're on have to do with their movie.
Yes, like I got Jack in my hand right now, and it's just planks of wood, like with a deck of.
The Black Pearl,
The Black
because
Pearl.
it's actually that same
The dark
color, dark wood.
Mr. Incredible here has got a cracked up ground like he. Slam? What's he do?
Crash.
I didn't watch The Incredibles.
Yeah, what do they call it in Mario?
Did
Ground
they,
pound.
Ground pound.
Did they ever make a second Incredibles?
No.
Because they hinted at it
There's
at the end.
Yeah.
There's a rumor going around the internet.
Sully
you
has
mean
a
like
ground.
There's been rumors going around since Fallout 3 came out that there was going to be a Fallout 4.
There is a picture going around the internet, which is the actual picture that was around for the first Incredibles, which is the picture of the four of them, and then Jack, on a yellow background, and then someone photoshopped the number 2 onto the picture, with the saying underneath it saying it's official.
Oh, so like you said the other day.
Official.
Official.
Both are acceptable,
I'm just saying it sounds so silly.
and everybody's going like I have a Disney Tumblr outside of this.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh my god, there's gonna be a second one. So, I don't know who did it, but they were a genius. They took their picture from Song of the South with Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit and photoshopped a 2 in it and said, it's official. See? It's like that.
At the same time, remember that video I showed you that was supposed to be a teaser trailer for the
San
Disney's?
Francisco.
No,
Oh,
for
yeah.
Disney's version of Aragon. Disney.
I can't even find anything on that either.
I did find a website that did actually say that Disney is going to reboot the inheritance cycle. But that video itself, I was really listening to it. That's a bullshit video because I was listening hard. You can hear Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon talking at one point.
Because I was, excuse me. Again, doing.
Don't crush my dreams, dude.
I was doing research for my Disney blog because the kid at GameStop said that Incredibles 2 got announced, like the day before Infinity came out, which would have been this past Saturday. Which, in my mind, wow, they just had the D23 Expo where they announced their next 6 movies.
Why wouldn't they say that?
Why wouldn't they say it then? Why would they wait till a week later to announce something that big? But I digress. So I was doing research on that, and I did see films with TBA. They did as a title, but none of them said Pixar as a co-make on it. So it was definitely not Incredibles 2. It may be your Aragon.
Oh, because it said Disney Animation, but think about it this way: you go back to the Dennis Quaid movie
Is it?
Dragonheart. That was animation, so.
So, It may. It didn't have any years on it or anything. It just, they were TBAs on everything, so
Oh,
time will tell.
they need to do this. And they need to put Kate Beckinsale as one of the elves. Josh knows which one.
I understand. This game is just, it's
So expansive.
just, because of the company doing it, there is just so much they can do with it.
Could you imagine
Unlimited
if they did
possibility.
Aragorn and then released like Saphira or something as a character for this?
You've got to take up both spots.
Now,
Then,
I know you two are the Disney people. How would they work that? Would they just 4 or 5? Would they just Star Wars?
Oh.
what do you mean?
Like,
The-
for Incredibles, you have the 4 of them, and then
oh, who would they pull for Star Wars?
Would they just do 4,
They'd have
4
an
or 5,
episode.
or would they?
They'd have a.
Here's a fuck ton of Star Wars characters.
No, they do it by episodes.
Yeah, they like the
Episode
Lego
1.
games.
They would have a pod racing game based on Anakin. So Anakin would be a possible Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul,
Obi-Wan.
and Obi-Wan. No, they wouldn't. Obi-Wan would be later.
He would be in like 2 or 3.
With Ben Kenobi.
They do both. They do him as a younger man and as an older character.
Why would they do multiple?
It'd be the same
anywhere else?
abilities. Disney is, as much as Disney likes to make their money, they would not, hey, here's Obi-Wan Kenobi for young, and then
But
when you get to episode 4, here's Ben.
But they take Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was a general, a fighter, warrior, all this stuff. Ben was more of like the wise teacher aspects and stuff like
Exactly.
Yeah, Ben, you'd have Ben as an NPC, as the wise teacher,
that. Yeah.
but you're not gonna
No,
have.
I'm thinking they'd have old Ben Kenobi because there's gonna be plenty of fighter Jedis. They don't want more of that. He's an option to keep as a Yoda type, an older, wiser person. That's how they'd have that.
What's not make one great?
They would also have Han Solo,
Chewie.
Chewie. They would have
Jango
Leia.
or Boba.
They would have Boba. I doubt they'd put Jango. Jango did not have as big of a part.
Jango.
Let's keep this in the order of as we're describing. Because I'm getting
Definitely Vader.
Vader's later.
maybe Vader someday. Vader now he's just a small fry.
Okay, Al.
See, he's the only double I would expect. I would expect young Annie
Yep.
and then Darth Vader.
Yep.
Because they are two different character types, but they're the same person.
But at the same time, older Anakin would be a...
They would not put 3 Anakins. I wouldn't be surprised if they put General Grievous in there.
Yeah, I could see him as either a villain or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put Samuel Jackson there.
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. I wouldn't be surprised.
Playable?
Absolutely. He has a huge following
Okay, alright.
in the Star Wars community.
Because he's like the only black Jedi, no racism intended.
He's the only good black guy in the movies. The other guy's Lando Corinthian, and he's a doucher.
Yeah.
Just saying.
the only one who
I
won't sell
hope-
you out to Darth Vader.
I hope to God, I don't think he would. They would, but I'd hope to God that they would put Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, God.
You take up both pieces.
Well, I think they put the Hutt, and they'd also put Sebulba.
Oh, you could center up. You could center up.
And they're not all to scale.
Touche.
Those two alone show it's not to scale. Anyway, there is just a ton of characters there. They put Jar Jar Binks, even though I hate that bastard.
What? How do you hate Jar Jar?
It's annoying.
I hate that bastard.
He's hilarious. He's
I would
like
love
the...
it if they made Ewoks playable, but it's gonna be NPC for
Wicked.
storyline.
Oh my
Wicked.
god.
They could do Wicked.
Fun Star Wars fact. By the time that you can say the third movie, if you want to go chronologically of how they came out, or 6 in how they take place in the Star Wars timeline.
Well, they'd be 5th. If
By
it's
the time
second.
that movie came out, the Return of the Jedi.
Okay, the second movie.
Storyline wise, it's the 6th movie.
No.
Empire Strikes Back is the second of those.
Oh,
films.
that's right. So you're talking
Wicket
about the
in
third.
that movie had the ability to speak, but never showed it at the time. Because there's two standalone movies where a family gets stranded on Endor, and the daughter of the family teaches Wicket how to speak, and it's supposed to take place just before that, or a little while before, anyway.
Well, I think that's an afterthought because George Lucas did a lot of that.
Yeah.
That bastard. Personal preference: I hate him and I hate Stan Lee. Two of the biggest names in geek culture, and I hate them both.
Well, now they're both Disney.
No, George Lucas is completely exalted.
Well,
He got cut
they're,
the fuck out, and it makes me so happy. Greedy
they're,
bastard. Consults.
Screw. Now there's no more Star Wars games.
they'll be under the
Whoa, they're gonna be
They will
under
be-
Disney's.
They will
games.
be under the Disney Interactive.
Ah.
And they kept, I think, 80% of the employees.
Yeah,
and they
but
just transferred the name.
could you see Disney Interactive releasing something like Force Unleashed or Star Wars Battlefront?
Yeah.
Something that violent?
Yeah.
And just completely, like, away from kids?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Deadpool.
That's Disney?
Deadpool.
Marvel.
The next Deadpool
That's
The
true.
Avengers movie that just
is
came out.
going to be
Oh, that's
the
right.
That was-
first rated R Disney movie.
Look at
It should be rated X.
everybody's saying
Yeah.
that. Everybody's saying that Disney shouldn't have bought Marvel because now their movies are gonna suck. They're gonna be more nerfed and be for kids. That last Avengers movie was after the.
They said big bag of weed. I'm just saying.
That was after the buyout. That was through Disney.
But at the same time, people are thinking back to Marvel movies like Judge Dredd and stuff like that. The original Dredd.
Punisher. Woo. That's some dark shit.
So-
Spawn.
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
is a good corporation to do that. I mean, like
They're
Joel said,
expanding their horizons.
like Joel said, they said big bag of weed
Yep.
in a technically
A
Disney film.
Disney movie.
As a matter of fact, the score of that movie, not any of the songs used, but the musical score was done by Alan Menken, the guy that did Aladdin, Little Mermaid.
What movie?
I hope they don't make
Avengers.
Little Mermaid. They're gonna, and I don't want it.
Shakespeare in the Park.
But
Dost
that
thou
musical
mother
score-
knoweth you wear drips.
that musical score at the beginning, that opening theme, that was Alan Menken, the guy that did the music for Little Mermaid. Beauty and the Beast was Alan Menken. All those movies in there. Aladdin, like I
You
said.
say that and I think Al Franken.
All those, that was Alan Menken, and then he did the big musical score for that.
Yeah.
What are the? All right, I think we should go into Forza and wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll
I got work.
Do we even
tomorrow.
want to talk about Forza, or just save it for another week?
save it for a week.
All right,
Yeah.
we're saving Forza for another week.
You may not have to get up early tomorrow, but I do.
I have to get up at like 7:30. I get to sleep in.
Lucky son of a...
I get up every other day at 5:30.
That's usually when I'm awake just out of body instinct. I don't have to be awake till 6:30.
I have to be on the road at 6:30.
You're like a 5-minute commute. Why do you get up an hour before? I take a shower in the morning.
I shower whenever I can.
I shower the night before, so.
I
don't.
try to do
See,
it the night before, but if
I made a
have to-
mistake of watching a show that shows how dirty your bed is, and I look at my bed. I'm like, that's fucking gross. I need a shower in the morning.
Oh, well. Old escapades getting on you before you go to work, too, might not be the best thing.
But like we're saying, I'm sure Disney Infinity will come up more.
And it's a 9-minute commute, asshole. 11 if I hit every red light.
It's still longer than mine.
Yeah, it's longer than yours, Josh. That's what you said. Well, my commute tomorrow is longer than yours.
Oh, yeah, your commute tomorrow is longer than mine. But no, it's still shorter than mine, actually.
Yes, I know, but you said longer. It was funny.
I have about a 40-minute commute. So.
Alright, before this goes any farther downhill.
We went downhill at the start.
Oh, I know.
We went really
I
downhill.
want us next week challenge to come up with at least 10 playable characters that you think are possible and that you'd like to see.
Possible and like to see. Okay. Possible.
10.
10. I can do that. No problem.
I
can get to 10, no problem. Bringing it down to 10 is going to be a problem.
I most likely be able to do 10, but I'm not sure.
Not announced. Okay, so you can't be like
Not
Jack
announced.
Skellington. You can't be like
No, I know what
Lock,
you mean.
Shock, and Barrel because we know that they're NPC plottable characters.
Yes.
But then again, I would be surprised if they made Pinocchio, but Pinocchio is a costume thing in there.
Those are just little things in the world you can create that walk around. It's all those costumes.
Yeah, but you can't make a little Jack.
We don't know that yet. There's still a shit ton of stuff I
That's
haven't
true.
unlocked. Because the vault thing there, that's over 1,000 items. As we stand right now at launch, there is 1,000+ items in that vault.
Good God.
And they'll
This
add to
game
that
is
with
so big.
stuff. This game is gonna just items.
All incumbent
It's gonna be huge.
is huge. Going to be huger. What? What about it?
You see that, right?
Yeah.
WWE sticker.
I brought it up to Josh's attention the other day.
And you can like see ECW in the background and the WCW
That's exactly what he's.
legends. What is like? What does that have anything to do with wrestling?
It was a case before this was in it. It was a wrestling case.
I'm just like, wait a minute, is that?
But there's just. Alright, so by next week.
10
There's a
possible,
playable
like
character.
realistic. No. I'm gonna say stay away from Star Wars and Marvel.
Because they're gonna be their own.
Like I'm talking about true Disney characters.
That's gonna be a little harder for me.
And also stay away from like the Goofy, Daisy, Donald.
We know the Fab Five, which is.
I have one that I'm gonna say after this that I'm calling that you guys can't take.
They're gonna keep. The Fab Five is obvious, which is Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy.
Yeah.
Pete.
Pete. That can make a list. I feel as though Pete is.
He is prevalent enough, especially now with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Sarah watches all the time. Pete is a major character in that.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was Disney or not, but Puff.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Wasn't
No.
Disney.
No way, dude.
Uh,
That
Pete's
is-
Dragon.
huh?
Pete's Dragon.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Was Never Ending Story Disney?
Universal.
Okay.
What were you saying that you're gonna call?
No, I'm after the thing.
Oh, after this, so off.
Yes,
off.
Okay. All right.
There's like my extra thing about one of the Infinity things has to be an off air.
Is that it?
That should be about it for tonight.
All right. So we're gonna stay the
10.
10. Stay away from Star Wars and stay away from Marvel.
Because that makes it too easy.
Well, there goes 9 of mine.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing this because, again, we look outside of we look at what we've talked about for just Disney characters and how
Oh yeah.
large it is.
Incumbent.
You go to Star Wars and you go to Marvel and it just quadruples.
Oh yeah.
You go to Marvel. There's 12,000 Marvel characters.
You go to Expanded Universe, there's easily the same amount for Star Wars.
Yeah, but not playable realistic characters. I'm talking about having their own full story.
That's true. Alright,
Because you've got to be able, in the world, in the game, the same tie-in characters can play the storyline
Yep.
of that world.
Which is why they would do the Superhero Squad, which is a maybe 20 characters.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if they had an X-Men one also.
like with the I'm in Monsters Universe right now. You could easily have either Mike or Sully do it. A little harder with Randall because one of the characters you get a mission from is Randy. Excuse me.
Well, I'm sure they would just be a different character.
Obviously, it could work differently.
Each character might have their own missions in that entire world. You don't even know.
That's true because I only have one from each.
When I get Dash, we'll find that out.
You will.
I'm gonna go tomorrow and buy it. I'm gonna be that dumbass.
But are we gonna have a mandated
order?
Yeah.
If you want to, we'll figure out when it comes to.
Because like you and I did with that Disney one, we did top 3 were our
definite.
particular order.
Number 1 is if they don't do this, I'm gonna cry.
Okay. And as
number 10 is. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do it.
Like
but
again,
I would love it if they did.
1 through 3 is your top 3. These other 3 I definitely want. The rest, you just have a list and you can pick one off of.
Mario.
But I feel as though we don't share our list other than the one that you're calling beforehand.
I feel like we are number 1s, so no one else has the same number 1. Like, you know? Because
I feel as though the 3 of us can keep our number 1s because of our
Well, is it just gonna be the 3 of us in next week's?
Alright, we'll go with Dan Kelly being back. Even the 4 of us can stay away from our number 1.
Yeah, I suppose. I was just thinking it would be awesome if we had 40 different characters.
Keeping Disney, I feel as though we can keep our lists. Or our lists might differ a lot too. I can feel as though that our number 1 will definitely differ among the 4 of us.
Absolutely. I'm thinking I would love it if all of us had all different, not a single repeat.
At the same time, I don't want to be like...
I want this one, you can't have it.
Exactly, I don't want that. What I want to see... Actually, what I want to see is...
come up with 15. There's no way that we're going to each have 5 layovers.
Okay. Oh, well, we all know that our lists
I'll be lucky if I can come up with 5 total.
What?
That aren't already mentioned or predetermined?
Like, not already released.
Yeah. I'm not a big Disney fan. Like, here and there, yeah.
See, I purposely didn't mention 17 movies. I thought of 17 different movies. I didn't mention because I had this idea brewing.
Well, alright, so the ground rules for next week.
I'm a DreamWorks fan.
We can... You, me, and probably Dan can easily come up with
15 to
20 characters
50.
that we want. And should
50.
one of ours get taken, we can easily snake out another one.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah. Flick. Hopper.
Did you ever watch any of the cartoons on Disney? I know you're a Cartoon Network kid, but did you watch any of the cartoons on Disney afternoons?
Not really, no.
God, tie those in.
Why? So they're not allowed?
Bonkers.
Oh, man. I forgot.
We're going so much further into depth here, man.
Holy.
Okay, cut this off before we're here at 1 a.m. talking.
DuckTales.
Fuck you. Oh, no, you didn't say the one I was thinking.
I know where you're going.
Don't you dare steal my number 1, you motherfucker.
No, I wouldn't.
I'll kick you in the balls.
I wouldn't. I exactly know.
I have the right.
Goodbye, we'll see you next week.
I know exactly what it is, and I would not touch it.
That was even going to be the one I was going to call.
Josh.
Alright. Good night, Gotham.